You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lane. Gardening can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. And we are back in the studio with Lisa Watters-Lain. She comes in each week with your garden questions. Just what are people asking? I posted a picture of our winter blooming jasmine. We just swept it off. It's in full bloom.
Yeah.
Posted to Facebook and Instagram. It like instantly went, all the gardeners went, oh my gosh, that's great. That's so exciting. Not like that, but not in that pitch.
I'm sure it was just falsetto.
Like that. It was kind of fun to watch. Lisa, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Always good to be here.
So it's been a workout this week. You don't need your gym membership at a garden center.
Everybody else gets to lay in bed and drink hot cocoa and enjoy their lives. Garden centers, we have to get up. Okay.
It's fun. I still enjoy it. I like being out there.
Yeah.
So questions.
Oh, okay. We want to talk.
Well, it seems like we should throw some gardening. We're 2 minutes in, and all we're talking about is snow.
Well, so Sam would like to know, he just put in some new fruit trees, so newly planted within the last week and a half or so. Wants to know, is this cold going to be an issue for those fruit trees?
That was Sam, right?
Yep.
Okay, Sam. Don't worry. They love it. This is the best thing ever for everything in your gardens. About 6 inches of snow will penetrate, is about 1 inch of rain, which will penetrate. What you see up in the snow, that's how far it penetrates down into the soil. Mm-hmm. And so we've got the entire root zone is now moistened and all the soil around it's just like, that's the magic. Mm-hmm. Where you really got to worry, if you folks are tuned in the White Mountains, Flagstaff, Williams, those are the cold areas. If the ground freezes solid, okay, that could be something, but that just doesn't happen this time of year. I mean, February, March, you can get a frost line, but it's millimeters, and then it thaws instantly, like the next day. So the snow will melt very quickly, and so that what the benefit is, it hydrates your fruit trees, and so you can take the edge off. You don't have to go water your trees for a couple of weeks now because you had Mother Nature did it for you. So I think, Sam, you're worrying about nothing. Don't worry. Enjoy, sip some more tea, bake some cookies, enjoy, look at your fruit trees budding out and getting ready. It is the time to plant those before. It's better to plant them now while it's frosty, wintry, than to wait until the leaf are in bloom. We have, in March and April, where they're at risk of more shock that way. You're better off this way. Anyway,
I would say make sure they're staked.
Oh yeah,
because we had quite a bit of wind with this last storm, and if you don't have them staked properly, they could break or they just get frozen weird.
Yeah,
so make sure you stake them.
All your trees at least for 1 year, and then you're probably good to go. So they've got once they put on that next year's ring of wood, they pretty much solidify in that format. So that's good.
Okay. So Jenny would like to know, her ornamental grasses took a beating with the wind, the rain, and the snow.
Yeah, they did.
Is it okay to cut them back now? And how far back should they be cut?
Yeah. So Jenny, great question. So yeah, they're looking ugly. They're just beat up. The pampas grass, all those plumes are just laying on the side. They're just cut them right back to the ground. And so most ornamental grasses, you're cutting back to about ankle high. Pampas, that really ginormous one, that one's maybe knee high, a little bit less. You'll know because you'll see all the last year's growth. Last year, there's this curly Q thing that happens underneath there. You'll know where to go. So just cut them back, fertilize them with the 744 all-purpose plant food, and they will take off with new growth here shortly. I mean, usually grasses start to grow in March. Mm-hmm. So we're talking days away at this point. So you can tell the plants, they're budding out. They're starting to, I cut back our mums. You're starting to see the growth come up. The peonies, you can see the eyes starting to show. They're wanting to go. So just go for it. The other question I should answer, because I got this at Rotaries at a luncheon on Tuesday, Prescott Frontier Rotary, I remember. They were asking, when can I prune back my roses? Hold off on the roses, because roses can be hurt by this kind of event. You want to keep that structure up over your roses for now, and then cut them back in March, because by March we're done. We can still see snow, but that cold, the bitter cold that comes right after the snow is far less likely in March. If you were to do that now, whenever the storm clears, there's this cold event that just gets spikes down real cold. That can damage a few more canes, and so you're left with, probably wouldn't kill the roses, but you'd be left with stubs instead of nubs. I don't know. You want your roses to be done, 3 to 5 canes about knee high when you're all done. You don't want, ankle high, because winter came and helped you even more.
Okay.
So, but yes, prune back ornamental grasses. Hold
And
off
now's
on
time.
roses. Yeah,
Okay.
now's the time.
Sounds good. So Tom would like to know, do you prune blueberries, or you just let them do their thing?
Yeah, good.
And the second part of the question is, when do you start to prune blackberries and raspberries?
Sure. So great, Tom. Yes, you prune all those. Blackberries, you don't do a lot with them, but they can get this mangy. You give them a haircut, make them look shapely and pretty. So that's about all you do with those. Now, what was the other one? Blackberries and raspberries. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Blackberries and raspberries, prune it back now. So go for it. And generally speaking, now we get into caveats, little tidbits of different varieties. But generally speaking, what the encyclopedia, the garden books say is prune back last year's canes that fruited, leaving all the fresh new canes that grew last year that didn't really fruit. Those are the ones that are going to produce fruit this year. So you want to prune. That's both raspberries and blackberries. They're both the same. Marionberries, they're kind of all those brambles. They're the same. So cut back last year's cane that had fruit on it, and then leave all that entire cane, the whole thing. Don't cut it back at all. Just train it back to the fence or back to the guide wire, back to the wherever you want to keep it. And then that thing is going to load up with fruit this coming spring. So I don't have a time to go into details on how to go all that. Come in and see us. If in doubt, take a picture, bring in, and we'll mark it on your phone. Here, prune this one out, prune this one out. And so now's the time. Now before the end of March.
Okay. So some of the raspberries and blackberries they've come out with lately are more of a shrub form, like the shortcake varieties.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the same as a blueberry? Do they prune on old wood, new wood?
I'm not sure. They've also got the new Gem series. So there's a new series that prunes on first-year wood and second-year wood, although there's more production on the second-year wood than the first. But there's both. That's where we got to maybe let us know what variety, because we're talking, I don't know, there's like 100 different varieties. Grapes. You prune back grapes right now. Just go for it. Now, grapes are totally different. You're just taking those right back, basically back to its main stalk, maybe keeping a form there. But really, you're pruning those things back hard. I mean, they grew 10, 15 feet last year. Mm-hmm. You don't want all that on there. You want all that energy to come back, because grapes grow on new vines or new canes. So you want to cut it back so all those new canes start growing out, so you get more production. Mm-hmm. So I think we are just about out of time. Those are really good questions this week. Time to prune. You should feel the urgency. Time to get your soil ready. You should feel the angst. You should second adding manures and fertilizer, getting those flower beds, getting the vegetable beds ready, because planting season's just like days away.
Good time to put out your wildflowers.
It is. Great time to put out wildflowers. Ken and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Garden.
Cocktail trees turn any backyard into a veritable farmer's market.
At Watters, we've grafted onto one tree different types of cherries, apples, and pears for easy backyard fruit picking.
These small fruit trees grow in containers just off the patio in smaller yards. Anyone can grow a fruit cocktail tree.
You'll find braided cocktail trees with multiple fruits beautifully braided into one tree.
Fruit cocktail trees are ready to plant at Watters Garden Center in Prescott and wattersgardencenter.com.
For a more fruitful garden, increase success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit wattersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Watters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.